helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got DeMornay Pierson-El streaming in. You guys can join in at 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. You can also put a face to the voice. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961 if you got Allo Cable. Good morning, Pierson-El. Let's go ahead and bring him in. How's it going on a really nice Tuesday, at least here in Lincoln, Nebraska so far?
Enjoying the heat. It's a lovely day. Boston lost. Loving it.
I don't know. Well, we'll get into that. I don't know how much we can love it.
Well, I mean, not the injury part, but I love it that they lost. I don't.
Yeah.
That's terrible, but yeah, I love that Boston lost. I don't like Boston.
Let's keep the terrible for the end, at least this time around. I feel like I too many times start with a negative. Let's start with some Husker football positives, simply just because we get some more dates and times to it. Nebraska football versus Cincinnati in that opener. That's August 28th. They'll kick off 8 p.m. It's going to be featured on a Thursday night game on ABC and ESPN. ESPN, they technically control it because the game technically belongs as a home contest for Cincinnati, a team in the Big 12, which has part of its TV contract with the network. Either way, puts a lot of eyes on Nebraska football, that being a Thursday night game. How big of an opportunity is this?
I thought it was a home game for us. Now it's a home game for Cincinnati because of networking?
Apparently.
Whatever. I don't like that it's on Thursday. So is this a week 0 game or is this week 1 game?
It's got to be week 0, August 28th.
It's a little weird. Like, it's a weird way to start the season off. I mean, you still playing in an NFL stadium. You get to be around and see things at a different lighting. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting. You're the main.
Was Georgia Tech and Boston College, was that week 0, Thursday in Ireland, Dublin?
I feel like it was because they needed more time for them to come back and rest and kind of get reacquainted to. So it probably was.
Yeah, I just feel like they've been pushing the week 0 Thursday games more. That's the only reason I brought that up.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Like I said, it's different. That's typically not, and I know we have I know they have a Thursday game or a Friday game. Typically these past couple of years, I know that typically the Iowa game is Friday, but still, it's just Thursday's games are different. Like you got to speed up everything and whatnot. So I don't like the operation of it, but it's still exciting playing, at the Chiefs Stadium. First game of the year, everybody's going to be hyped and everything like that. So, I mean, that stadium's going to be full of Husker Red. It's going to be funny.
Yeah, it's a home game for Nebraska.
Oh, easily.
Because it's like, what, 3-hour drive from Lincoln?
Probably about, yeah.
Most people in Memorial Stadium are driving 3 hours from their small town to Lincoln. So I don't think it'd be much of a problem. And there's a ton of Husker fans in Kansas City already. So that place is definitely going to fill up. How is it like when you do get a weird Thursday game? Like somebody who's competed in the NFL where it's a bit more spread to college football where it's really consistent. How much does that change? Operation?
I mean, it speeds everything up by, a day or two. And what I mean by that is, typically NFL week, Monday is typically a off low-level day. We're watching film about the game. You'll get a lift in and they'll kind of install what the new team is going to be like and everything like that. Tuesday is a complete off day because, I mean, they have to give you one fully off day. So, I mean, typically, I would go lift. Wednesday is like the first day of practice. You hit kind of third downs because you kind of got to mix, first and 10, second and 10, and all of that. Excuse me. So you typically hit that Wednesday, mind you. If it's before the first 10 weeks, you still have pads. You have one of those days where you have to wear pads. If it's after, I think, week 10, no pads. So I mean, Wednesday might be your padded practice. Thursday might be your padded practice. You might have full pads on Wednesday, shells on Thursday, helmets on Friday. So you hit that on Thursday. On Wednesday. Thursday, it's kind of red zone, third down, short yardage, and everything like that. Friday's Fast Friday. and depending if it's, I forget exactly what it is or whatnot, but I mean that's typically fast. And then Saturday is walk through travel day. You leave out to where you need to be at and everything like that. Game on Sunday. So if they're playing on Thursday, like I said, you're cutting kind of 2 days off. You really can't lift certain things, not as heavy as much. Then you have to account travel because it's not a home game, for us, So are they going to travel by bus? Are they going to travel by plane? And are they going to get a practice in Wednesday somewhere down in there? So, like I said, I mean, it throws the routine off because, I mean, a lot of their stuff of what they've been gearing up to, is predicated to playing on Saturday and everything like that. So it's kind of a weird thing. You got to get your body ready to play fast and sooner.
Yeah, I'm always curious about that because I just know like my high school coach would freak out about it. And, we're traveling in state. We're not flying across the country. And this is before you throw in all the Pac-12 schools. Nebraska, luckily, is in the middle of the country. But, if you're Rutgers and you got a Thursday game versus USC, that's a nightmare, especially if you got no bye weeks before or after it. Like, that's a lot to smush in a tiny window when you got to put 2 of those days away just for traveling alone. But that being said, though, how big of an opportunity is this for Nebraska? Because we do got a bad track record of pissing away those spotlights on you games.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, it could be a statement game if we take care of business how we should and everything like that. You're going to be all eyes are going to be on you. There's been things throughout the offseason of Nebraska has been in the limelight. Nebraska has been out there, whether that's the quarterback signing deals, whether that's rule talking and everything like that. So everybody's kind of like, waiting to see exactly like what is. So, when the lights come on, you have to show up and do what you need to do. And this could definitely be, a statement game, your coming out party to show, what should be expected, hopefully, good things of the year and everything like that.
Yeah, that's the part, right? Where man, we got Trey Taylor out there as well now, chirping out there, recruiting for Nebraska. When I say chirping, it's not, telling people off or anything. It's just making noise, buzz for Husker athletics. And, the only fear Nebraska fans have with that is like, you look like a real donkey if you come out the season and we look the same way we do every year. With this being said, does it feel different at all walking into Cincinnati this year than in years prior?
I think so.
Okay, I do as well. That does set the scene for a good chance to go 3-0, and then you're facing Michigan, which I'd say is going to be your next big, statement game that you can have in the season. Give me your, looking at the Nebraska football schedule, statement games, where if you're actually going to change the narrative on Nebraska football, these are wins.
Let me pull up the schedule real quick. Of course, the Michigan, which I think if we can weather the storm of the trenches, we'll be fine with Michigan. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be that type of game.
No Sherrod Moore either, their head coach.
So I think that's Michigan, of course. That game, let me see. Now I just got it pulled up. I think
you know what a sneaky one I think is Minnesota on the road.
Yes.
18th.
Absolutely. Minnesota, like they've been putting out good players, to the next level. Regardless of what people have been saying about Flack. I feel like every other year some coach in the Big Ten kind of gets that Bo Pelini treatment. Oh, he's on a hot seat, this and this and this and this and that. And Wisconsin's finding out about it. Michigan stayed true, and we're not going to get into their cheating allegations, but they got what they got out of it. Ohio State was right there because they were talking crazy about Ryan Day.
Mm-hmm. They wanted him out for a while. They wanted him out last year until they started winning.
They've been talking crazy about Franklin, and it's like I would probably say he's probably one of the more safest coaches, in the Big Ten. Like, why are y'all mad about that? Like, the teams that y'all necessarily lose to or, compete against, y'all are one game out of it from winning the Big Ten championship or being in the limelight of playing that. So I mean, I think this year they definitely took a step forward because of how deep they went.
That program falls off a cliff too if they get rid of Franklin.
Oh my, yeah.
Like it'd be the biggest mistake they could possibly make.
And I think Minnesota is like that too, though.
It's a tough place to recruit, and I don't think Fleck gets enough credit for that.
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily a tough place to recruit because I mean you got some stuff in Minnesota. Minnesota has a lot more stuff than like Nebraska. I'm just being honest.
I'm just saying in terms of like it's getting pulled on by everybody around it to a much more severe degree. Nebraska, it may not have a lot going on, but there isn't a strong pull of big universities around it that's not named Iowa.
So I mean, like I said, I think it would be easier to recruit probably there than it would be here. I think here would be a little bit harder. I mean, they have pro teams. It's things you can go do, activities and everything like that. We don't kind of have that here. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of that. I think Minnesota definitely for sure. I think SC just because it's SC, just because who they are and kind of what they do, what they bring. Regardless of them, I mean, like I said, every year SC starts off hot and then just trends down. So I think that
UCLA on the board at all now that they got Iamaleava?
No.
On the road in California. Although that's a nice.
If they're a hot team, yes, but
UCLA is really interesting to me because they also lost Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator, who was sneaky good for him. You know, I think you could erase. I know they didn't win a lot, but you can erase probably even half of them without Eric Bieniemy.
Now that you said it, now I'm thinking about it. I think UCLA is probably the sneakier more game because what if because again these Pac-12 teams that are now Big Ten teams, they're still on an easy schedule.
Well, and they beat us last year, right? They punked us, so we're in no.
I wouldn't say punked. I mean, I don't
beat them to Memorial Stadium and punked us.
I wouldn't say all of that. I don't think we executed it enough to do that, but that's another conversation.
I'll ask you this: that was between the UCLA game and the Georgia Southern game. Those are the two hardest Husker football games I've ever watched.
You sure about that?
No, because I'm having all these Iowa nightmares.
NIU, that was a tough game, and I was in it.
Wisconsin, Melvin Gordon. There's been some rough ones.
Yeah,
there's a lot. What's your worst one? Since we're on the pleasant subject.
Probably when Ohio State came. Probably both Ohio State games because I think. They dropped
60 on us?
Huh?
Was that the one they dropped 60 on us, or were you not playing yet?
That was at Ohio State. I think it was like 63-3. Yep. That one was bad.
I was a junior.
And then the following year, I think when they came here, I think we might have scored a touchdown, maybe 10 points. I can't say, but I think those two games are probably the worst games.
What was it about Ohio State back then that made him so untouchable when Nebraska was respectable? And now when Nebraska is on the polar opposite of that, they actually compete really well with Ohio State every year.
Back then, I think at certain positions, they just had more dominant players that made the game a lot easier for them. And then, when things got rolling, it just got ugly. That game at Ohio State, I think Tommy got knocked out fairly early.
It was early. I remember that.
So that kind of threw some things in. But I mean, when you got 4 first rounders on your D line, I mean, that makes and a backup quarterback, that makes the game, a lot easier. Play calling gets called differently, so
they have that today, and they still don't get those same results. I don't know. Maybe there isn't anything to it other than just crazy luck.
So you had Bosa and You had Bosa and Chase Young, who are both first rounders on that D line. Their secondary was all first rounders,
Mm-hmm.
completely first rounders. Ward was on one side, Lattimore was on the other side.
So kind of just an unreal era for Ohio State.
Hooker was on the back end. Like the game came, a lot easier to them. If we had, certain mistakes and everything like that arose, like they made us pay for it. And like I said, it got ugly and ugly fast.
I can take that, because if you do, those classes were stacked at Ohio State.
I think our first when we were there, I think our first series there, they got a tip pick six touchdown, 3-0, a 3-and-out. They went and down, scored again. Like it just got ugly quick.
Yeah, I could see that, especially with Ohio State. And when you're going through some of those names, it's like, damn, they could be a lot of teams out by 60, 70, 80 if they really wanted to, when you go through some of those names. Other games out there that you're eyeballing is like, all right, if we're going to change the narrative on Husker football, assuming that there might be a stupid loss to a Northwestern, or maybe Maryland does catch you, or Michigan State, but you're winning these games, you think UCLA is the game should win. Then the only big ones left are Penn State and Iowa.
And the fact that you have Penn State and Iowa last, that hurts. Like, I would much rather.
UCLA is going to be, I'd imagine, intriguing to see what version of a team they are.
Yeah. I mean, them getting the quarterback, I think he would definitely make things a lot easier. You still have to have players around him to do things.
And we'll know at least by November 8th how good he is for that fit anyways.
For sure. I mean, you would think him leaving the SEC, going to, a school kind of like that's still playing, out west, you're going back home kind of situation. So I think
which is still crazy to me.
I think that game could be a sneaky game, but they have to play their cards right.
Mm-hmm.
I think Penn State will be competitive. Penn State is honestly, like, there's like, since Saquon has left, they're slowly starting to turn into kind of that Wisconsin, where they had those good backs where they just run the game out. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing explosive. Or anything like that. So I think they have dominant players and whatnot. Like I said, that'll still be a good standing. If we can definitely pull off the Minnesota Michigan game and make that competitive, or win that Penn State game, I think that that says a lot.
Yeah, for me, a lot of for me starts off early. You take care of business in the home opener versus Cincinnati for the neutral site with an asterisk on it game, and then of course Michigan. If you take care of Michigan's the monster really of the schedule early in the year. If you can slap them across the face at home, all of a sudden the rest of college football is like, keep an eye out on Nebraska. Yeah. Maybe it is more than just off-season buzz. In other news, though, something that is, at least to you and me, not off-season buzz, but well deserving of it. Our guy, Brett Bielema, signs a fat contract, 6-year extension that runs through the 2030 season. Annual salary now of $7.7 million.
He deserves it.
Yeah, if he met certain performance benchmarks, also could extend all the way up to 2035. Any surprises there, especially some of the schedule and how they performed last year?
No, I mean he's been consistent. He has a foothold, in that area. I mean, he's getting to Chicago, he's getting the Indiana kids. They're winning there. Kids are staying, and it's being made. It's very appealing to go there. So I mean, he'll start to get more recruits. So I mean, good for them to hold him to a good contract. I mean, he's definitely earned it.
Way too far out. How many teams do you think make it into the college football playoffs?
Is it 12 or is it what's the new?
Well, we're doing 12. We're not doing the 16 BS.
It would be interesting to see what some of the powerhouse schools in the SEC are, because I feel like they might try and kind of
AP pull their way in.
So that they might not play as much. That way they get more teams in there, or they might favor their schedule a little bit so they can look good later on in the year. I still think you can get 4, maybe 5 teams in the college playoffs. I think so, in the Big Ten at least.
I definitely think 4 again. So
I
disagree.
I'm interested to see how Oregon reloads. This is 2 years where they've got a veteran older quarterback. I don't know if they had this year, but I mean I trust Landing, what he does and everything like that. He gets the players he wants, and you're at Oregon. It's hard not to.
Yeah, easy to recruit there as well. And if you look at their recruiting, they're still doing really, really nice for themselves. Nike does a lot of heavy lifting, and so does just say what you will. It's a beautiful campus being out there. Autzen Stadium, super nice. Attractive place to recruit kids too. So the 4 teams in there, you just tell me when you disagree. Ohio State, Oregon, and I'm just going most likely, Penn State, and then the 4th one, Illinois or Indiana, which is more likely?
First off, Oregon. I would like to see their schedule.
Okay.
And it depends on who their quarterback is. So they have an asterisk. Between Indiana and Illinois, I think it goes back to schedule.
You want to hear Oregon's real quick? They got a cakewalk.
Okay.
Spring game, Montana State, Oklahoma State, so it's a tougher non-con for them. Northwestern, Oregon State, Penn State, Indiana, 2 toughest games on the schedule right there. Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, Washington.
I don't think that's a cakewalk.
It's never going to be a cakewalk in the Big Ten, but
I mean, you got Wisconsin. You still have to respect that. You said Indiana. Who was after Indiana?
Rutgers.
I don't think Rutgers would be a cakewalk. Rutgers is playing well. Give that coach some more time. I don't think Rutgers would be a
cakewalk. More talking Big Ten. That just means you didn't draw 2 of at least a Penn State, a Michigan, a Ohio State, you can name another Big Ten juggernaut in there if you really wanted to, but that's kind of where I draw the line. And they drew Penn State, just 1. Indiana, they're not in that category yet. If they prove out to be the same Indiana, then sure, definitely not a quote unquote cakewalk. But I would take this Big Ten schedule as opposed to a lot of other schools.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, what were the schools in there? And then we'll throw it to break that you were thinking if we're going with like 4. Maybe even 5.
I threw in Indiana for sure. It depends. Not Indiana, Illinois for sure. It depends on what Indiana's schedule is and kind of their quarterback. But I do trust that coach that they're going to get back to that. He'll have appeal, so you can throw him in there. And then I got us at 5.
I like it. We'll look at Indiana's schedule because now I'm just curious about it on the other side, and we'll also just talk a little bit more NFL football as a whole, and then of course NBA playoffs. We'll talk about that as well. So don't go anywhere. Don't punt tower. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Darns. Talk to you in a little bit.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Don't Punt Hour, second segment. Good morning, Pierson-El. Joining me as always, Harrison Arns, the 1-2s, and you guys can join in 402-464-5685. All right, good morning, Pierson-El. I did pull up the Indiana football schedule. Since we're talking about that before, teams we think are most likely to represent the Big Ten in the college football playoffs. I'll let you, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll let you rate how difficult this one is. Old Dominion and Kennesaw State are their non-cons right out the gate. Then they also have Indiana State, then into the Big Ten schedule. On the road, or excuse me, at home versus Illinois. On the road, Iowa. On the road, Oregon. At home, Michigan State. At home, UCLA. On the road, Maryland. On the road, Penn State. At home, Wisconsin. On the road, West Lafayette, Purdue.
I mean, that's a lot harder than Oregon's.
That Illinois, Iowa, Oregon stretch is rough.
Yeah. But the thing about did they get a quarterback from the portal, or depending on what kind of quarterback they have, I think they still would be successful.
Yeah, because Curtis Rourke had to have graduated, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
So they'll have. I couldn't tell you who the quarterback's going to be back there, but
that's the head scratcher. If they get a veteran quarterback or quarterback that fits their system and can get things rolling and whatnot, I still think they'll be a dangerous team. I still think they can probably manage a lot of their schedule.
All right, fair enough. Let's see. We got about 7 minutes left on this segment, so I'll ask you this: Big Ten risers and fallers. If you got Nebraska as possibly being that fifth best team to represent, that's clearly a riser.
Yeah.
And because Nebraska, for reference, was 3-6 in conference. We all know the 7-6 overall record, but 3-6 is tough, especially if you're going to go make the college football playoffs. Give me a team out of the top 5 that you think might fall. Oregon, Indiana, Penn State, Ohio State, Illinois, or another team, I should say, to take their place and just bump them out.
So a team that's out of that 5 that will
yeah, if you think any, or if you think we're just lockstep back into
who was the 5 again? Say the 5 again.
Oregon, Indiana, Penn State, Ohio State, and then Illinois. And you could throw Iowa in there with Illinois because they both had 6-3 conference records, but Illinois had the better overall record.
That takes a little bit of a step back. Honestly, I think it's Oregon.
Yeah, perfect 9-0 record. Even with the schedule, we went through it. 9-0.
No, I don't think so. Not in conference. Is that including the Big Ten championship or not?
No, we won't count it in the Big Ten.
Okay. No. Like I said, I mean, by this time, I mean, Dan Landon's first year, they had Bo Nix already. By this time last year, they already had Gabriel. So not sure like what they have there. Like, yes, they have athletes and everything like that. Their schedule is a lot favorable, but I'm not taking the cheese this year.
Okay, I can see them drop down a little bit.
Yeah.
The question is Michigan.
That was the other team.
Even with the scandal they had going on, 5-4, so they still finished above 500 last year in conference play. What were they overall? 8-5 overall. It just feels like they were a quarterback away, or a somewhat respectable offense away.
Yeah. But I mean, with you paying that much with a quarterback, he still has to go in and show off.
Yeah, he does.
You know, you could get you a Antonio Brown type player at quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that, you know, that guy is, but, you know, issues, you know, off the field stuff and everything like that, not saying that's what he is or whatnot. You still have to produce. You know, how many 5-star kids have we seen go to one place and after a year, they move out, they move on. So yes, he was talented. Yes, he's a 5-star and everything like that. But it has to translate at the game, and I mean we'll see, how that looks and whatnot. Joe Burrow didn't play at Ohio State and ended up transferring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
also, I mean, Dylan Raiola, I think we're all grateful to have him for another year
for sure.
But that freshman year, you can walk out of the Big Ten saying he was easily the best quarterback in the Big Ten. Now he's maybe in the middle, somewhere in the middle of that group right there. So like, even if he's
you're saying that off you're saying that, but I'm like, okay, well look what he was dealing with. You got offensive coordinator that got demoted in the middle of the season or towards the end of the season. So now you got him paired with a guy that significantly took jumps just in 3-4 games. At the end of the season, you have a whole off season. So I expect him to, at least be probably top 5 in the Big Ten. Honestly, top 4. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I'm just
with
saying
the weapons you have around him and everything like that.
Not be there yet.
With Michigan, I don't know what their offense necessarily looks like, especially with that type of style of quarterback, because Michigan has always been a run first heavy, offense, even with McCarthy.
And we can expect that. I expect Michigan's going to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much, can their quarterback do. The problem is with Michigan, the quarterback doesn't need to do a lot. So if he's, clicks into it right away and he's comfortable, then Michigan becomes a huge problem. And then my risers list, they're up there. But like to your point, he doesn't have to do a lot. It's just that's the cherry on top that's going to make them from a really, really good football team to contenders up there with Ohio State and Oregon. We'll see.
But you still lost 2 first rounders on your D line. So let's not like overlook that. Like they like I said, I think with Michigan, I think they prepare their athletes well. They understand the systems that get there, that it works for them. So with them again, how can you match up in the trenches? I think if you do well in that aspect and everything like that, the game should be in your favorable chances. If you don't, then Michigan will do Michigan things.
What about Iowa? They're always interesting. They underperformed last year. They didn't win 9. They won 8. But they're still 6-3 in conference play. Does Iowa just maintain once again?
I think so. I think so.
What has to happen at Iowa for them to take the next step? Because
a change in offense.
Yeah,
like a high-powered offense. I'm not saying necessarily.
I'm
not necessarily saying spread, but that they have to throw the ball more, and it has to look good, and it has to look good doing it.
I think the only way that happens is if they move on from Ferentz, and I don't. Is there a world where they move on from Ferentz in Iowa?
Not right now. It depends if he was getting you 6 wins, and if he was barely getting there, he's not. What his formula is, he's still getting you 8-9 wins. So it's why are we moving off of him?
That's what the fans want. I just think fans would have a rude awakening, much like Nebraska fans did when they moved on from Bo Pelini back in the day. All right, we got to throw it to break. Any other honorable mentions you want to throw in here? The Northwesterns, the Washingtons of the world, the Rutgers that you think might be surprisingly good coming out of the gates?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I wanted to say Northwestern just for the fun of it, but unfortunately for those guys, I think it'll be another tough year. With that being said, we'll throw it to break, though. We'll talk about NBA on the final and third segment. Don't Punt Tower, Harrison Arns, the morning, Pierson-El. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pierson-El streaming in. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. wrap things up here with a little bit of NBA. We do got the Knicks game going on right now. Not Knicks. We got the Pacers game going on right now. Pacers and Cavs. Pacers leading at 65-64. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And then later today, Nuggets versus the Thunder at 8:30. Thunder hosts that one. Real quick, good morning, Pierson-El. Who do you got, Pacers or Cavs?
Pacers. I think they're going to close it up tonight.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say, if Pacers do win it, that closes the series in a gentleman's sweep, 4-1. And that is with the Cavs being back healthy. Later tonight, Nuggets, Thunder. That one's tied up 2-2. Who do you have?
Where's the game at? This is back in OKC?
Yeah, it's back at home for the Thunder.
I think Thunder will get it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Sure. Thunder. I don't feel good about this one at all. We're seeing, 40-point blowouts to buzzer beater the next day. The Thunder being back at home, they handled being what is, you could argue, the toughest road environment, and they handle it really well. They do feel like they're figuring out Jokic a little bit in terms of just throwing bodies around him and really forcing the other guys to step up. I like the other guys on the Thunder more so than I do.
They have to play more. They have to play more consistent.
Yeah,
they have to show up more consistent. I think if that happens, I think OKC wins the series. But if you keep getting inconsistent plays from your role guys and your supporting cast members, I think you leave the door open for the Nuggets and Joker to do their type of things.
Well said. And then tomorrow, series that's just got a whole different feel to it. Knicks.
I think the Knicks wrap it up in Boston. I think Boston is just too much in heartbreak, too much over their heads. But they kind of did it to themselves outside of the injury. I don't think they actually took the Knicks serious and kind of just playing with their food type situation, and you found yourself in the situation that you are in now. And it looks ugly. It went from, it being bad to a completely worse situation.
Yeah, and we talked about the roster construction of it. Now it just becomes a nightmare.
I got a question for you. So now, and this may be too early, but I'm just jumping, to conclusions or seeing stuff how things are now. With Tatum, with that injury, do you think it's easier to move off of him now?
No, now you got to hold on to him. Definitely right off that injury, it's just you're going to be taking a brutal value on it.
Why do you say hold on, though?
Because you're going to, if you hold on, at least there's a chance that you still get your money's worth. If you
I say this, the Achilles injury today is what the ACL injury was, about 10 years ago? To where I don't want to say an end of a career, but people look at you differently.
Yeah.
So if you get him comfortable, selling, if you get him right and whatnot, and the right price comes along, do you take that?
Yeah, I think so. If you can get the right price,
I think it makes it easier for them. If they had to choose between the two, I think he's the one that they're choosing to move on from.
My only problem is like a lot of people are going to have the same thoughts that you just had with him. No one's going to really look at you the same. But if they do get someone to come through with the right offer, then you absolutely, in my mind, jump on it. Yeah, it's just crazy to think. And then just a really raw deal for the Celtics. If all they get is the one championship, and then Tatum goes down with this injury, and he was, I think, at 42 points.
Yeah.
Hurt in that game, and it was late in the game as well. And they really didn't probably need him at that point in time. So just a tough one. I got the Knicks as well. Maybe the Celtics have one of those games where someone steps up, but it just feels like the Knicks now, which does lead to an interesting Knicks Pacers in the East, who nobody has on their bingo card.
Knicks. And it's not close.
See, I got Pacers, and it is close.
You're sick. You're sick.
Maybe. This is a kind of a sickos playoffs. As we wrap things up here in the East, it turned way more chaotic in the second round.
I think that the Knicks, Pacers will be like a pit bull getting a hold of a cocker spaniel?
Well, we'll find out if the Pacers even make it that far, as they are leading it, though. 69-65, 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. DeMarne Pierson-El, appreciate it. We'll get to talk about it if the Pacers did advance or not tomorrow. Couple bowlers up next. Striking up the conversation. Don't go anywhere.